Our pilgrimage brings us to the Basilica of Santa Croce in Jerusalem, or the Basilica of the Holy Cross in Jerusalem. The basilica, initially built by the Emperor Constantine and his mother Helena, is home to the most treasured relics of the Passion of Christ. The basilica stands on the slopes of Esquiline Hill, on a site previously occupied by the imperial palace called Caesarianum. Its official name was Jerusalem, referring to the relics of the Passion of Christ housed here. The name Santa Croce in Jerusalem was adapted in the late Middle Ages. It has been rebuilt and modified through the centuries, and its present appearance as a Baroque church is the result of rebuilding between 1741 and 1744. The facade is brought to life with a series of balusters and statues of the four evangelists, Saint Helena and Emperor Constantine. The three doors open to an oval atrium with the domed vault. As we enter, we see that the interior is divided into three naves. In the apse, we see a cycle of frescoes of the Holy Cross found by Saint Helena and recovered by Heraclius. According to the traditions, Saint Helena traveled to the Holy Land around the year 326, and she destroyed the temples dedicated to Jupiter and Venus that Emperor Hadrian had built in the 2nd century on the site of Calvary and the sepulchre. She then conducted an excavation and found 3 crosses. To find out which was the cross of Jesus, she brought a very sick woman in and touched her with all of them. The cross that healed her was declared to be the true cross. She left part of the cross in Jerusalem, sent a part to Constantinople, and brought the rest to Rome with other relics of the Passion. What we see is the Chapel of the Relics. In 1570, the relics were moved from the underground chapel of St. Helena to a place above to preserve them from dampness. It was in 1952 that the present chapel was blessed. The chapel features an outstanding collection of relics, including a nail used in the crucifixion, 2 thorns from Christ's crown of thorns, a finger that is said to have belonged to Saint Thomas, who at first doubted the resurrection and then placed his finger in the risen Christ's wounds. 3 fragments from the true cross. The title of the cross, the inscription engraved on the Holy Cross, shows the word Nazarene written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. A reliquary containing small pieces of the scourging pillar, a fragment of the cross of the good thief who was crucified with Jesus, the Holy Sepulchre, and the crib of Jesus. Saint Helena returned to Rome, bringing not only the relics, but also some soil from Calvary. She sprinkled this earth on the floor of the first chapel, which bears her name. No subsequent refurbishment has affected this sacred space. The Basilica of the Holy Cross in Jerusalem remains an important religious site for both Rome and the Universal Church. On our pilgrimage, let us try spending a little longer in this church to reflect on the triumph of the cross, which is our only banner as followers of Christ.